Canton. Jordan Morrissey and Owen Gormley go up for the ball. Owen Gormley wins the throw up there, and it's the McAnespies on the attack. Ronan Buckley on the ball. Back to Buckley. Hit hard there by Shane Carty with a shoulder. Referee says it was in the back, and it's going to be a free in for Aidan McAnespies early on. A bit of talking, it looks like, and the referee moves it straight into the 13. Bit of ill discipline by the Donegal side there. Starting team for Aidan McAnespies: Peter O'Connell in goals. Oisin Kiernan and Dylan Byrne make up the full back line, as the ball's kicked over there by Conor Love there in number 13. Half back line of Darren Gibney, Bobby Walker and Rory Scott. Midfield, Cormac Byrne and Owen Ward. Half forward line, Rory Brawley, the captain today, Ronan Buckley and Zach Furman. Full forward line of Owen Gormley and Conor Love, who just kicked that free. A bit of pulling there in the middle on Jordan Morrissey, who wins the free. Ball moved quickly. No umpires on the top goal. And it's into Conor Cush. Conor Cush being tightly tackled there. Conor gets around his man. And he kicks it wide, but the referee today had the hand up for the advantage, and he will get the advantage, and it'll be via free in for Donegal. Donegal side lining out. We got Hugh Boyle in goals. Jason Noctor and Cian Lynch make up the full back line. Half back line of Ethan McDevitt, Conor Daly and Corey Gallagher. Jordan Morrissey and Shane Carty in midfield. Half forward line of Dara McMullen, Danny McGill and Kieran McDevitt. And full forward line then of Conor Cush, who was just fouled, and Dara Craig, who just kicked the ball over the bar there to equalise for Donegal. Peter O'Connell in goals for the McAnespies. Usually it would be Robbie Croft. I'm told that he's away at the CYC this weekend in Chicago. And that is a little bit of a missed kick there. And Dara Craig picks up the ball. And he just seemed to pull it a little bit to the right and wide. Picked up very quickly by Dara McMullen, who got it to Dara Craig. Dara Craig just unable to execute and get it over the bar. Peter O'Connell now with another attempt for his kick out here. Bit better this time, goes very long and it beats everybody, but it's Jordan Morrissey who races out in front to get it. Jordan Morrissey now turns around and finds that man, Darren McMullen. A little bit of a touch, Owen Ward coming in, but he gets away from him. Darren McMullen now the Armagh man away. Looking up, looking at his options. Goes himself, has a few dummy runs with him. It's hit out to Conor Cush, back to Darren McMullen, and he's in on goal. What will he do? He gets it, and he goes for goal, and it's in. It's in the back of the net by Darren McMullen. Great run, started right here around midfield at the sideline here. That's a great goal for Donegal Boston. Peter O'Connell now with the kick out. It's high and long right down the middle. The call is from Corey Gallagher and he collects. Great catch. Jason Noctor now swings it out wide to the man in space, who is Shane Carthy. Shane Carthy on the far wing. Finds the man in the middle is Dara McMullen, who just scored the goal. Dara, left-footed, kicks it into Conor Cush. Conor Cush one-on-one with his man. And Dylan Byrne there for the McAnespies with some great tackling, and the referee decides it's a throw ball for the McAnespies, and they turn around and try to move it quick now. It's Zach Furman on the ball now for the McAnespies, looking at his options. Goes into the centre to Owen Ward. Moves it quickly to Ronan Buckley. Donegal now getting into their defensive shape, dropping men back. Ronan Buckley taking on the first man, Dara Craig. Swings it out wide as far as Oisin Kiernan here. Oisin Kiernan. They're moving it quickly. It's Conor Love now facing up his man. Conor Love being tackled by Jason Noctor, and Cian Lynch is doubling up on him now too. Conor Love looks like he tried to fist over. Noctor goes in bravely, picks it up and gets fouled in the process. Takes a solo and go. Referee decides that he bounced it. You got to take the solo. So it's back for a free for Donegal. Taken quickly to Corey Gallagher. Corey over to Danny McGill. Danny McGill, ball slips out of his hands for a second there. We had a lot of rain earlier today for some of the games. Danny over to Shane Carthy. It has dried up now somewhat, but some players still wearing gloves. Corey over to Connor Daly. Connor Daly playing centre back today, the Roscommon man. Over to Jordan Morrissey. Swings it out to Derek Craig. McAnespies now, their turn to get into their shape and dropping the men back. Connor Daly to Darren McMullen. Darren McMullen goes on another mazy run. Swings it out to Connor Cush. Connor Cush sees the man running through. It's Danny McGill. Surely that's a high tackle. The referee has the hand up. He does. That's going to be a free in for Donegal Boston. Connor Cush over the ball. And dispatches as well. Kicks it over the bar there for Donegal. 1-2 to 1 score. Peter O'Connell goes long with it once again to this near ring. Referee says the player was hugging there and it's a free for Aidan McAnespies. Rory Brawley on the ball. Referee says he wasn't fast enough taking the solo and go back and kick it. Over to Ronan Buckley now on the far wing. Ronan Buckley has Bobby Walker outside of him. Goes himself, taking on Shane Carthy. Uses Bobby now. Bobby Walker looking to inject a little bit of pace. Gives it to Zach Furman. Back to Walker. Swings it over. And that is just to the left and wide there by Darren Gibney. Gibney had about a yard or two of space, had to go. It was probably less than a foot wide, I would say. Yank now with the kick out. Goes short to Connor Daly. Connor Daly swings it out here to Jason Noctor. Noctor now running down the wing. Gives it to Darren McMullen. McMullen has Noctor inside as well. So now finds Derek Craig under a bit of pressure. Gets it out to Noctor. Back to McMullen. McMullen swings it out wide to Shane Carthy. Shane Carthy, bit of space in front of him. Looks to kick early and gives it into Connor Cush. And Oisin Kiernan turns over Connor Cush, and that is some great tackling by the McAnespies man on the far side. Oisin now gives it to Brawley. Back to Oisin Kiernan. Goes to kick now too into Connor Love, being tightly marshalled by Cian Lynch. Swept up well there by Jason Noctor. Noctor over to Ethan McDevitt. And Donegal now sweep it up, do well defensively. Corey Gallagher coming out with the ball. Into Danny McGill. More men on this side, and it is moved over here to Cian Lynch. Cian Lynch looking up at his options, and it's a wave of white and red of the McAnespies. Danny McGill, the referee, puts the hand up for the advantage. Swings over to Shane Carthy. Advantage over by the referee. Over to Corey Gallagher now. Corey over to Cian Lynch. Cian Lynch looks to kick, decides against it. Back to Connor Daly. Connor Daly draws the man and gives it out to Darren McMullen. McMullen to Gallagher. Over to Morrissey. A little bit of pressure on him, but he turns out of it very quickly. Looked like he was running into traffic, but was wise enough to come back again. It's over with Connor Daly. Connor Daly goes to kick, and it's into Shane Carthy, who collects well. Shane Carthy taking on his man. Will he get a space for the kick? And it's turned over very well there by Cormac Byrne, I think it was, for the McAnespies. Referee is going back for the earlier high tackle on Danny McGill, which he had the advantage for, and gives a yellow card for Cormac Byrne. It's an early yellow card. Good referee in there, kept tabs on the man it was, and came back when there was another break of play. McAnespies now, it swings out to Zach Furman. Zach Furman on this swing being faced up by Kieran McDevitt. Owen Ward is free in the middle, gets it now. Owen Ward looking at his options. Gives it to Ronan Buckley. Zach Furman on the ball again. Over as far as Rory Brawley. And over to Darren Gibney now. Gibney over to Bobby Walker. Bobby now going to take on his man. Maybe take on two of them. Swings it out to Owen Gormley. Comes as far as Oisin Kiernan now. Oisin looking at his options inside. A little bit of movement. McAnespies seem to be happy to just hold on to the ball for a minute. That's a kick inside to Zach Furman, who is being ferociously tackled by the Donegal Boston, but illegally so, according to the referee. And it's going to be a free in for the McAnespies. Ronan Buckley now facing this up with a 2-point attempt, putting the ball on the ground. McAnespies today with a few missing. Robbie Croft, as I mentioned earlier, the captain as well, Conal Devlin. I notice him on the bench here beside us. I'm guessing it's an injury concern. Robbie Croft, who would usually take that, would be proud of that one himself, because Ronan Buckley just kicked a great 2-pointer there, just inside the 45. Yank now looking to get the kick out. It's towards Jordan Morrissey. And it's a push in the back by Owen Ward. And Donegal move it very quickly. It's in space in front of Conor Daly. Gets wrapped up as soon as he catches it. Referee has the hand up for the advantage. It's with Kieran McDevitt. Kieran, little Jimmy. He's in on goal. Goes for it. Oh, just clips the top of the crossbar, and it's over the bar by Kieran McDevitt. For a second there, it opened up for him. I thought he was going to go for goal. Maybe he was. Peter O'Connell now coming out for the McAnespies with the kick out. Hicked up the far side. It's the McAnespies man that broke it down, but only as far as Corey Gallagher. Corey moves it quickly now to Darragh McMullen on the far wing. McMullen has Corey running with him. Uses him as a decoy run. Comes onto his left foot. And does he get it? No, it's just to the right hand wide. Peter O'Connell goes long down the middle. Man that goes up is Owen Gormley, and it's his own man that gets in him away, that causes him to fall. Danny McGill now on the ball. Over to Darragh McMullen. McMullen to McDevitt, back to McMullen. Swings it out, and Jason Noctor's in a bit of space. Sees the loop of Derek Craig. Derek Craig being tightly marshalled today by Dylan Byrne. Craig swings it out to Corey Gallagher. Looks like he's going to have a go. He's outside the 45. Looks like it's dropping in, and it's in the back of the net. And it's a goal. Ball dropped in. Conor Cush jumped up higher than most and got the fist to it, and it's in the back of the net for Donegal. I don't think Corey was going for the pass, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, because that was a hell of an assist. Peter O'Connell now kicks it long. Looks like it's battle between Noctor and Gormley. Noctor gets the better of it, breaks it out to Shane Carthy. Carthy into the middle. You have Jordan Morrissey. Few men free on this right hand side. Morrissey elects to kick, and it's a great little pass into Derek Craig. Derek Craig now trying to get by his man. Gives it to Kieran McDevitt. Dummies the fist pass and kicks a lovely score there. Kieran McDevitt with a great point. Second of the day. Peter O'Connell now with the kick out. And he swings it over to this wing, and that's a great kick there to Zach Furman if he can keep it in, and he does so. Zach Furman to Ronan Buckley. Buckley being faced up by McMullen. Does well to hold on to the ball. Ref has the hand up for the advantage. I'm sure it'll be over now with Max in open space, and it is. Over on the far side, we have Darren Gibney. Over to Owen Ward. Owen Ward now. Space open up a little bit in front of him and takes it into the top of the D and kicks a great point. Owen Ward just found a bit of space in the Donegal defence. Took the bounce, kicked it over the bar. Great score. The 2 goals separating the 2 teams now. 6 points in it. Yank with the kick out. Yank goes long down the middle. Connor Cush breaks it out to Kieran McDevitt. McMullen now sees McGill in space, and that is an excellent pass there to him. Danny McGill now taking on the man. Finds a space, kicks it over the bar. Great score. Peter O'Connell with the kick out for the Max now. Goes down the middle. Zach Furman's on his own and does collect. Furman out to Brawley. Rory Brawley facing up Ethan McDevitt. Gives it into Furman. Owen Ward now on the ball. Out to Zach Furman again. Zach Furman kicks to Rory Brawley. Rory Brawley taking on Ethan McDevitt. Is he fouled? No. Ball moved quickly out again. It's Owen Ward now being faced up. Donegal doing some tenacious tackling to get the turnover there. It's Shane Carthy that goes down to pick the ball up. The ball is loose again. Ethan McDevitt seems to get it. And Donegal break away with it now with Jordan Morrissey in a bit of space. Jordan Morrissey at pace now down the middle. Morrissey, he looked to go for a dummy a dummy fist pass and just lost the handle of the ball there. McAnespies now turn it over. Owen Ward swings it over to Rory Scott. Rory Scott coming down the middle, looking at his options inside. Hits it here to Zach Furman. Zach Furman back to Scott, over to Conor Love. Swings it over to the far side to Bobby Walker in a bit of space. Bobby Walker now being faced up by Shane Carthy. Swings it out to Rory Brawley. Donegal back in their defensive shape again. Brawley out to Oisin Kiernan. Oisin now kicks it inside. And Ronan Buckley does very well to get around Knockter. Referee has the hand up for the advantage. It's going to be a free in. Looks like Ronan Buckley coming over to take this for the McAnespies. Bit of an angle, but it fancies the right footer, and Ronan Buckley puts it over the bar there for the McAnespies. The 2 goals between the teams now again. Yank now with the kick out for Donegal. Goes long, looks like it's going to the far side to Jordan Morrissey. Broken down well, but only in front of Owen Morrissey, or Owen Gormley, I should say, picks up. Owen plays a 1-2. Gormley takes on his man. And he's turned over, ran into too much traffic. Good tackling there by Ethan McDevitt. Cian Lynch coming away at pace. Gives it to Kieran McDevitt. Kieran McDevitt now has a few yards in front of him. Gives it into Dara Craig. McDevitt open again in front of him. Dara Craig opting to go on his own. Might be running into traffic. And the referee gives a free in to Dara Craig there. Dara Craig now with the free kick. Dispatches it right over the black spot. Score for Donegal Boston. Peter O'Connell looking at his options. Gormley here in front of us is calling for it, but he goes to the far wing. Men over there is Owen Ward, but it's Conor Daly who does very well to catch the ball. Moved quickly to Danny McGill. Danny McGill going to take on his man. He does so. Swings onto his left foot. And it looks like it's to the left or the right or wide. I'm not sure which. But just missed it there. Connell now goes high down the middle. And it's Gormley that rises high. And it's Ronan Buckley who wins the breaking ball for the McAnespies. Buckley now sizing up his options. Goes wide out to Rory Brawley. Brawley on the far wing. Taking a lot on his man. Going to take on his man there. Ethan McDevitt slips as he kicks it, and it's to the left and wide. As I said, there was rain earlier today, so just slipped on that greasy surface. Yank with the kick out now, assessing his options. Pinpoints it out to Shane Carty, and that's a hell of a catch. Great catch and kick. Shane takes the mark, kicks it inside to Jordan Morrissey. Jordan Morrissey hits it to Danny McGill. Donegal happy to slow up the game again. Jordan Morrissey over towards Shane Carty. Shane kicks it inside to Corey Gallagher. Corey Gallagher sees the man running through, and it's Jordan Morrissey. Jordan Morrissey in on goal. Oh, he cracks the crossbar. He tried to place it, and it just hit it a little bit too high. Bounces back off the crossbar, and it's the McAnespies coming the other way now. Bobby Walker on the far side. McAnespies let out of jail there a little bit, I would say. Over to Rory Scott. Owen Ward. Back to Scott. And McAnespies turn now to keep the ball as Donegal get into their defensive shape. Brawley, apologies. Conor Love now on the ball, coming very deep to collect. Swings it out to Darren Gibney. Gibney now looking for the 1-2. Doesn't get it. Ronan Buckley goes on his own. Has a little bit of space inside that 40-metre arc. But being faced by a lot of Donegal Boston men, opts to go backwards to Zach Furman. Ball comes out to Bobby Walker here. Bobby Walker going on a run. Ball just slipped. Shouts for throw ball here from the Donegal side. Rory Brawley kicks it, finds the free man out wide, and that's Zach Furman. Zach Furman being faced up by McGill. Opts to go backwards to Darren Gibney. And out again to Ronan Buckley. Ronan Buckley out here to Connor Love. Connor Love does have an overlap and decides to use it as the corner back there, Oisin Kiernan, with 2 on his back. Probably the right decision, but maybe just the wrong man. Kicks it wide. Good play by the McAnespies, keeping the ball and opening up the attack for the opportunity. Just couldn't execute. Yank now with the kick out. Kicks it to this near wing. And that is a hell of a catch by Jordan Morrissey, who tries to get away quickly. Jordan Morrissey now moves it into McMullen. Over to Danny McGill. Out to Noctor. Noctor back to McMullen. Corey Gallagher in a bit of space now. Over to McMullen. McMullen tries that crossfield kick to Conor Cush and works into Danny McGill coming off his shoulder. And McGill, I think that was wide again. Peter O'Connell now with the kick out. Goes long right to the middle. It's between Ethan McDevitt and Gormley. No clean catch there, breaking, and the break favours Donegal Boston Conor Daly. Conor Cush is coming very deep for the ball here. Moves it to Derek Craig, who's equally as deep. Derek Craig now with some quick solos. Into Shane Carthy. Space out here for Corey Gallagher. Uses him. Back to Derek Craig. Over to McMullen. Conor Daly now. Donegal looking at their options. It's fisted into Kieran McDevitt. Looking to give it back to Jordan Morrissey. But it's just turned over by Gibney there for McAnespies. Owen Ward turns there and it's kicked into Connor Love, who's being tightly marched by Cian Lynch. Out to Owen Gormley now with a bit of space. Gormley uses Love again. Connor Love switches it out here as far as Zach Furman. Zach Furman into Owen Gormley. Gormley now in the 21, faces up against Gallagher. Swings the left boot at it. But unfortunately to the right and wide for the McAnespies. Yank now looking to get the kick out. Disguises it very well. Jason Noctor in space. Noctor over to Shane Carthy. Moves it out to this side. A few extra men. One of them Gallagher here. To Kieran McDevitt. Kieran McDevitt over to Jordan Morrissey. Morrissey looking up now. Gives it to Dara McMullen. McMullen over to McDevitt. McAnespies have the men back. Shane Carthy now on the ball. Has Derek Craig to the left of him. Cuts inside. Holding the ball still. Uses it to Kieran McDevitt. McDevitt over to Derek Craig. Derek Craig coming in onto his right foot. And that is dropped short. Referee says no advantage. And it's going to be a free in for Donegal Boston. Craig just hit on the way through. Looks like the referee's going into the umpires there. Not sure what for exactly, but looks like it's all good. It's Conor Cush now at the top of the D, top of the old D, I should say, with the free kick. And Cush makes certain to put it over the bar. 2-7 to 5 points now. Peter O'Connell with the kick out. And that is half time. Half time score, we have 2-7 to 5 points. We'll be back shortly with analysis and the second half. I just gotta go quickly and change a nappy. Results from earlier today in the Junior C hurling semi-final. Went to extra time. Providence got the better of Hartford 3-10 to 3-9. In the senior championship earlier today, Shannon Blues against Kerry Boston. And in the all square, Kerry 18 points, Shannon Blues 115. Interesting result there. Shannon Blues with nothing to play for today other than pride in the jersey, and definitely showed that as well. In the Junior B hurling semi-final, Worcester got the better of Hartford GA as well. We're nearly ready to get going here in the second half. We'll have a look at the senior tables before the next game between Galway and Connemara Gales. I can do, yeah. Half-time scorers: Dara Craig scored 2 points, Dara McMullen 1 goal, Kieran McDevitt 2 points, Connor Cush 1-1, and Danny McGill 1 point. On the McAnespies, Connor Love scored 1 point, Ronan Buckley scored 3, one of them being a 2-pointer, and Owen Ward with 1 point as well. And it's Connor Love now taking an attempt, just off the upright, just off the post, and breaks out to Jason Noctor. Ball swung out now to Kieran McDevitt, who has yards in front of him. Starts eating them up, has Corey Gallagher inside in the middle. Corey now turns around, uses it to Jordan Morrissey, over to Darren McMullen here. McMullen now will take on his man in tight space. Brings it out to Danny McGill. Owen Ward nearly with the turnover, but Corey Gallagher bravely in there to win the ball. Corey now over to Jordan Morrissey. Bit of space in front of him, and a bit of space in front of Connor Daly too. Gives it to Derek Gregg. Out to Carthy. Swings it over to Corey Gallagher now. Back out to Shane Carthy. Back over to Jordan Morrissey. Morrissey now kicks it in, but it's turned over by the McAnespies. Moved quickly out to Ronan Buckley. Buckley being tackled by Corey Gallagher, gets away from him. Ronan Buckley now taking on Dara McMullen, and McMullen there with the near hand, but the referee says no. Gives the free in just outside the arc, just on the 45 it looks like. Buckley already kicked one of these in a similar position in the first half. Looks to put it on the ground and complete the trick now in the second half. Buckley now lines it up. Looks like it's drifting to the right and wide, and does so. Yank now with the kick out. Bullet towards Shane Carthy, who wins his own breaking ball. Carthy now with Corey Gallagher. Corey gives it out to Derek Craig. Derek Craig jinking and jiving. Finds the other inside man, which is Connor Cush. Connor Cush looking to get onto his favourite right foot. 2 dummy solos, 2 hops I think it was, and it's a free out for Aidan McAnespies. Peter O'Connell looking to kick it as far as he can Kicks it out to this wing to Rory Brawley, but I don't think he's getting that, and he doesn't, and it's kicked right over the line. Ethan McDevitt kicks it very quickly to Dara Craig. Dara Craig now just comes inside the 2-point arc. Moves it to Shane Carthy. Shane Carthy with a bit of space. Back out to Ethan McDevitt. McDevitt to Daly. Over to Danny McGill. McGill now facing up Bobby Walker of the McAnespies. Sees the backdoor cut, tries to fist pass, but Owen Ward is there as a sweeper to cut it out for the McAnespies. Ronan Buckley now looking to kick long inside. Man inside is Owen Gormley. It goes over him and comes through to Conor Love. Conor Love being marshalled by Cian Lynch. Number 15 for the McAnespies. It's after kicking a great point. Must have came on at half time. We're working on a name. Yank now comes short out towards Shane Carthy. Carthy into Daly. Tara McMullen. Over to Kieran McDevitt. Kieran McDevitt swings it out to Shane Carthy. Shane Carthy out to Jason Noctor. Corey Gallagher. Ethan McDevitt has a bit of space out here, but he gives it to Conor Cush. Conor Cush fists it back to Gallagher. Coming into a bit of traffic. Gets out, tackled illegally, and it's going to be a free kick now for him. A solo and goal by Corey. Takes it inside and kicks a good score there by Corey Gallagher. Peter O'Connell now looking for the kick out. Peter kicks it long. It's going to be up between Jordan Morrissey and that man 15. That man 15 wins the break. Moves it to Owen Gormley. Swings it out to Bobby Walker. Bobby Walker over to Owen Gormley on the far wing. Gormley looks to take on his man, decided against it. Moves it back. It's Rory Brawley now with the ball. Rory Brawley swings it back towards Rory Scott. Over to Oisin Kiernan now. Oisin Kiernan out to Darren Gibney. Gibney back to Conor Love. Ronan Buckley now looks at the 2-pointer. Decided that he fancies it, and that is a great outside of the boot kick over the bar for a 2-pointer there for the McAnespies. Ball kicked out short to Shane Carthy here. Shane Carthy to Conor Daly. Over to Shane Carthy. Over to Corey Gallagher. Corey Gallagher now looking at his options. Over to Shane. Over to Conor Daly. Donegal now happy to be patient in the build-up. Jason Noctor has a bit of space on this near side. Jason now gives it to Dara McMullen. Dara back over to Jason Noctor, who is absolutely creamed there. That's a great point after the fact, but the referee had already blown the whistle. And it's going to be a free in for Donegal Boston. It's a pity he didn't let that go, because that would have been a 2-pointer too. Conor Cush now just inside the 2-point arc over this free kick. Looked like it was just starting outside, but curls it back in masterfully over the bar there. Great point by Conor Cush. We had some scoreboard issues there, but it's all fixed. Pierrot Roisin is all over it. Ball kicked out now, and the breaking ball's won by Owen Gormley. Buckley now into Conor Love. Conor Love, the man coming through is Bobby Walker. Bobby Walker goes for goal, and no luck. Kicks it to the right and wide. For a second there, it looked like a half chance as he was coming through. Yank now with the kick out. Goes direct to Jordan Morrissey. It looks like he was trying to pick out, but it's the McAnespies who pick up the breaking ball. Swung out to this man, number 15, still waiting on the name. Moved into Conor Love. I think it's Dara Flanagan. I thought I heard somebody say, "You're away, Dara." Dylan Byrne now moves it over to Owen Gormley. Gormley now with a bit of space. And that ball's not going to go wide by Bobby Walker, and it's well gathered by Darren Gibney. Darren Gibbsy now coming in on his left. Ref has the hand up for the advantage, and he will give it for the free back in the day. Back on the... Oh, geez, the ref gave a penalty there, did he? He had the hand up for the advantage for the first one. He was letting it play. I think he's given a penalty there maybe for a push on the back by the goalkeeper, Yank. So McAnespies is given a lifeline now if they can convert this penalty. Conor Love on his left foot for the penalty. Fishes up Yank, puts him the wrong way. That's a great penalty there by the McAnespies man. Score is 2-9 to 1-8. Yank now with the kick out. Goes long here, right down the middle, and it's flicked through, and it's Kieran McDevitt that picks it up and moves it very quickly to Jordan Morrissey. Jordan Morrissey has a few men on his left if he can see them, goes on his own for the goal. It's spilled, and it's Conor Cush with his second goal of the day. Morrissey with the shot, good save by Peter O'Connell, but spilled to Conor Cush, who taps it in. Just when the Macs looked like they were coming back, Donegal then grabbed the goal. Peter O'Connell goes long down the middle. Good battling around the middle. Oh, I need to make Davis judge just to pick the ball off the ground. Ronan Buckley moves it quickly into Conor Love. Conor Love, and that is a hell of an effort there for the two-pointer. And he cracks off the post. Second time the Macs have hit the upright in this half. Ball kicked in, and again it's off the post. Great save by Yank. Looked like it could have been coming into the nets. Yank there with the save off the post. Collects his own rebound. It's Conor Daly now coming the other way. Darren McMullen moves it back to Conor Daly. Over to Shane Carty and Corey Gallagher on the far side. And then a lot of space. Jordan Morrissey now. Looking up to kick. Not on. Danny McGill. A little bit of afters in front of us here. Danny McGill with a crossfield ball over to Conor Cush. Conor Cush to Jordan Morrissey is powering through. Jordan Morrissey takes the wise option and fists it over the bar. Peter O'Connell. I think that's a little bit of a miss kick from the kick out there. Comes straight into Shane Carthy. Moves it back to Kieran McDevitt. Darren McMullen now on the ball. Looking at Conor Daly. Over to Shane Carthy. Derek Craig now finds the space. And Conor crushes in on top of it again. Seems to fist it over the bar to make sure. Sub now on the Donegal Boston side. Looks like Oisin Connaughty coming in for his fellow Armagh man, Darragh McMullen. Conal Devlin came in for McAnespies. I'm not entirely sure when, but he's on the field now as well. Peter O'Connell goes long with the kick out. Judged to push on the back there by Jason Noctor. And the ball's kicked into Conor Love. Conor Love uses the bounce. Moves on Cian Lynch. Cian Lynch. Conor Love going soccer style. Oh, nice little turn there. And a great score there on the right. He sold a few men for a dummies, including us up here in the commentary box. And able to dispatch off his weaker right foot. Maybe not weaker, but not his favoured. Great score. Yank now with the kick out. Kicks it straight to Ronan Buckley, the McAnespies. He'll not be happy with that. Ronan Buckley looking up. Finds the man inside. And Dara Flanagan, the sub, who had a bit of space, unfortunately kicks it to the left and wide. He'd be disappointed with that there too. Yank now with the kick out. Swings it out to Cian Lynch. Cian does well to gather. Into Conor Daly. Daly now fisted on to the sub, Oisin Connaughty. Oisin gives it to Kieran. McDevitt over to Daly. Spare man on that far side is Jordan Morrissey. Well picked out. Morrissey now facing on his men. Drives through and kicks a great score there for Jordan Morrissey. Few subs coming onto the field now for Donegal Boston. Looks like Ryan McGill and Stephen O'Brien. Subs coming off, looks like Conor Daly and Danny McGill. Referee restarts at Peter O'Connell now with the kick out. Goes long down the middle. Broken there. Again, the referee decides to push on the back and gives a free. Not happy, I guess, with where it was taken from, I think. Try to take the quick solo and go. Ronan Buckley now standing over the ball. Kicks it over to Bobby Walker here. Bobby Walker back to Buckley with a bit of space inside the 40-metre arc. Over to Owen Ward. Owen Ward now steps back over to Dara. Back to Owen Ward, who just drops it at the worst time that he could. And that's a great turn there. Oh, cracks the crossbar. And I think the referee gave the goal, or the umpire gave the goal just on the first attempt. Looked like it hit the crossbar, came down and came back out. And it's a goal for the McAnespies by Dara Flanagan there. Just broke through, seemed to ghost through the Donegal defence and kicked the goal. There's a sub there for McAnespies. Coming off is Oisin Kiernan. Coming on was number 20 for the Max. Yank now goes long. Owen Ward with the ball. Back with Owen. Looking at his options. Out to Rory Brawley with a bit of space. Rory Brawley going down the far wing. And looked to fist it through, but it was Cian Lynch that he fisted it to for Donegal Boston. Donegal now moving it quickly. Oisin Connaughty coming through. Stephen O'Brien on the ball now to Kerryman. Getting fouled there. Jordan Morrissey takes the free out to Oisin Connaughty. Oisin now looking to take on his man Bobby Walker. Decides to move back to Kieran McDevitt. McDevitt moves it on to Jordan Morrissey. Morrissey now on the ball. Morrissey slowing it down. Uses McDevitt again. Makes a run now through. Bursting through. Uses out wide to Oisin Connaughty. Ooh, speculative effort. Never really got a hold of it. That's the McAnespies now on the attack. Moves it out to Owen Ward. Owen Ward with that man Dara Flanagan, who just got the goal for the Max. Conor Byrne? Yeah. Sorry folks, Conor Byrne. Referee talking to Conor Byrne decides that he overcarried it there. Stephen O'Brien now with a little jink inside, taking on his man. Out to Conor Cush. Moved quickly to Dara Craig. Dara Craig with a high tackle on him has the advantage, so takes the shot, drops it short. So they come back for a free now to Donegal Boston. Dara Craig opts to go out to Stephen O'Brien. Moves it to the other sub, Oisin Connaughty. Oisin takes on the man. I think he was looking for the advantage, looking for the free there. Referee says get on with it. Peter O'Connell now for the Max coming out with the ball. No stranger to playing out the field, that's where he usually is. Looks like Dylan Byrne on the far side now. Dylan Byrne taking on his man, and it's fouled there by Dara Craig. Referee looks like he might be taking some action here against Dara Craig. And he's given him, is that a black card? It is. It's a black card for Dara Craig. Must have saw it as a deliberate foul as the McAnespies man was coming to go down the far side. So Donegal now down to 12 men for 10 minutes. Conal Devlin coming through with the ball. McAnespies looking to take advantage of this extra man. Buckley now gives it out as far as Dylan Byrne. Dylan Byrne disguises the pass inside, but Shane Carty playing the sweeper there, cuts it out. Stephen O'Brien moves it to Morrissey. Back to O'Brien. Being pulled there, the ref puts a hand up for the advantage. Stephen kicks it in, and it will go back for the advantage, I'm sure. The word they're saying is the ball is flat, looking to get it changed. (2-9 to 12). 2-9 to McAnespies, 3-12 to Donegal. Just the 6 points in it, if my math is correct. Swings it out to Corey Gallagher, back to Shane Carty. Over to Ryan McGill now. Ryan McGill looking up, swings it out to Oisin Connaughty. Oisin now opts to kick in towards Conor Cush, who collects. Conor swings it through to Jordan Morrissey, who turns onto his favourite right foot, and that's a great score. Some powerful running there by Jordan Morrissey coming through to kick the point. Just extends the lead to 7 points. Michael O'Rowe coming in now for Donegal Boston. Not sure who went off. Ball in the meantime is kicked out to Zach Furman here on this close swing. Zach Furman kicks it long. Ethan McDevitt I think is going to be favoured to break that, and does so. Corey Gallagher is judged to be fouled as he was going in for the shoulder, going down for the ball. Corey kicks it back the way towards Ryan McGill. Ryan McGill sees Jason Noctor out on the far side. It was Connor Cush there that went off for Donegal Boston. Shane Carthy now coming across the field. Moves it to Stephen O'Brien. Over to Cian Lynch, over to Kieran McDevitt, back to Stephen. Noctor plays a 1-2 with Kieran. Over to Shane Carthy now. Donegal just looking to keep the ball, take the sting out of the game when they are a man down. Shane Carthy now. That's a good tackle there. The ref gives them the free to number 20. I'm not sure of his name. Zach Furman now on the ball for the McAnespies. Good turnover there for the McAnespies. Furman now to Conor Love, facing up against Noctor. Over to Conall Devlin. Devlin has the right knee, it seems, bandaged up. Ball now is swung out to Rory Brawley in a bit of space. Brawley now taking on Stephen O'Brien, who does well to get him slowed down. There's shouts for how long and steps, but it's gone to the right and wide in any case. Another sub coming in for Donegal Boston, and it's the big man Darren Grant. It looks like Shane Carthy on the far side going off. Just over 5 minutes left here on the normal time. Owen Ward battling in the middle, uses his body to make space for the catch there. Conall Devlin. Oh, and that's a great turnover there by Jason Noctor. Read the play well and came right through the ball and wins the free while he's at it too. Kicks it quickly, and it looks like the referee is going to move it forward 50 metres. I can only assume for yapping by the McAnespies side. Has the option now taken the 2-pointer, or they can move it in a little bit closer to the full 50 metres to take the 1-point attempt. And it's Stephen O'Brien over the ball now. O'Brien, one of two Kerry men on the field, himself and Cian Lynch. Stephen O'Brien, All-Ireland winner in 2014, kicks that over the bar there. I'm sure he was very happy with the result today, while his Donegal teammates might not have been. Joe O'Connor is a legend. That's all I'll say. Ball kicked out long. Darren Grant gets it broke. It breaks out to Conor Love. Conor Love back to the Monaghan man, Dylan Byrne. Dylan Byrne fists it short here towards Bobby Walker. Bobby Walker to Buckley. Buckley sees the movement inside, and it's kicked long into Gormley. Gormley breaks it for himself, but it's Jason Noctor again, sweeping, picking up the loose pieces. Moves it to Ryan McGill. McGill didn't really do Gallagher any favours there, but he does well to win it and win the free. Takes a solo and go. Moves it out to Cian Lynch. Lynch moves it to Jordan Morrissey. Jordan Morrissey from Carlow kicks it in as far as Stephen O'Brien. O'Brien now facing up against Conall Devlin. Stephen turns on to his right, turns on to his left. Back to the other Kerry man, Cian Lynch. Cian Lynch coming through and takes the wise option of fisting it over the bar. Peter O'Connell goes long down the middle. The call is by Gallagher. And it looks like he nearly won his own breaking ball, but Rory Brawley picks it up. Moves it to Conor Burns. Conor Burns kicks it inside, and that is a great ball if Bobby Walker can collect. He does, but not in the position that he wanted it. Connor Love cracks the post. I think that's the third, maybe fourth time that the McAnespies have hit the post in this half alone. Yank now taking his time with the kick out for Donegal Boston. Ball's kicked over here towards Michael O'Rowe, and it's Connell Devlin up with the fist, but only able to fist it over the line. It'll be a Donegal sideline. Ryan McGill kicks it back the way towards Cian Lynch. Back to McGill. Cian Lynch now moves it over towards Jason Noctor. Noctor into Corey Gallagher. Corey over to Oisin Connaughty, who kicks and takes off again. Cian Lynch now fists it into Jason Noctor. Two cornerbacks keeping the ball together now. Noctor on the far side, assessing his options. Moves it to the sub there, Darren Grant, who moves it back to Ethan McDevitt. Back to Grant. Over to Noctor. Donegal happy enough to keep the ball still. They have a sizable lead. Man nailed on the sideline there. Referee says get on with it. Darren Grant moves it over to Ryan McGill. McGill now has space in front of him and is eating it up with his pace. McGill looks like he's going to keep going. Gets turned back. Looks like a high tackle. He was holding his head, but the referee says play on. The ball was released. Dylan Byrne now kicks it long, and it's broken by Noctor, and Connor Love now is breaking away. He must go for goal. Connor Love on the right foot. Oh, and that's a hell of a finish in off the post. What a goal that was. Route 1 football. Catch, kick. Nothing wrong with it. 6 points between the sides again. And we're into injury time. Looks like the black card is up. Looks like Derek Craig is ready to get going. Oh, maybe not. Yep, Derek Craig is back in the action there on the far side. And the ball slips through, and it's Oisin Connaughty coming through. Oisin has Stephen O'Brien on his left-hand side in space if he can pick him out. Goes for goal himself. A great save by the standing keeper today, Peter O'Connell. Gets a hand to it. Ball saved out for a 45. Looks like Darren Grant is standing over it now. Might fancy his chances. Grant just pulls it a little bit to the left and wide, and that will end the game here. Final score, Donegal Boston 3-15, Aidan McAnespies 3-9. We're going to take a break. Up next we have Galway against Connemara Gales. Huge game. Connemara Gales need a win to stay alive in the senior championship. Thanks, folks.